Yo, what is good? My anime tape. What is good? Let's talk about this King's Raid. Strangely enough, this is the coolest thing they could have done when it comes down to people really complaining about missing out on a week's new information within the show. And I think this is even a better uh, I was gonna say a better way of doing this is 13.5, like all that stuff kind of gets thrown out of the window here by what seems to be an old school style of just letting it rock, right? Like there's no point in beating around the bush and not, uh, I don't know what the actual real reason is for recap episodes outside of just like supposedly being really nice to people who not like me who watch every episode, analyze things, take it all in, and maybe some things that the people in the episodes were doing were so undermining that they didn't pay attention to those details. I understand that if that's why they do it. But outside of that, if there's just a marketing thing, then so be it. Like that's just how it is. To make your seasons longer, you make recaps because you think people may have picked up this episode at this point, and if they did, they don't even gotta watch any episodes supposedly from episode like 6 and on. Like it didn't even go all the way back on episode 13. So you don't have to watch episode 13. I did that for you. The only new stuff is at the end, and it's really just everybody chilling around the hero while he's in a deep sleep, which is very convenient, right? Like, not only do they use his deep sleep as a way to tell you more about what happened in the past, they then gave us episode 14, which is what we here talk about, baby. Um, the Black Edge is on their final hoorah. And I know it's the final hoorah because not only did the princess punk out like every single character that isn't, that's never had speaking roles up to this point, she punked all those characters, right? And besides our main guy who already knew how strong the princess was, so he wasn't surprised that she may become a threat towards the end game of everything, hence why he already knows about the plans of taking her down from the supreme command position with the nobles and what the main guy is doing just to push his own push his own speed, dictation, like all this different stuff he's setting up for him is about to pay off, all thanks to what these people are doing for him in the background, right? So it's a very, very intelligent way of just saying that we are having two plots that are pretty much submerging back together. They were together when our main character set off on his journey and he met the Black Edge. That's about when the two plots actually met each other. And ever since the submersion and since they are their own things, characters like Tommy become main characters and actually have impact when something happens to them because like wow, it was pretty shocking to find out that he's probably going to be the literal first undead that's going to attack them. His skin turning the way that it did was the most telling sign that he's probably going to get reincarnated on top of being dead. So to know that he's the only one who really met someone in this town, and even if they became heroes and they treated all the humans like crap the way that they were treated, they were still going to allow the ones that quote unquote worship them be okay. The ones that offended them, oh, they're going to die. Sure, if it's a kid that worships you and their parents hate you, that kid's going to survive. And maybe he'll worship you too, still, but I don't think they are putting all that stuff together, especially not the younger sister, who, that's pretty much her philosophy, and maybe the brothers, or maybe she's reading the brother wrong, and he may not think he needs to, shun all these people and absolutely destroy them. Or maybe I'm wrong, and he's actually going to become what he sets out to become, this killer of all these men that done him wrong and easily took away the things that truly mattered to him and left him with only one thing that mattered to him, his sister. So I would not be surprised at any outcomes in this show. Everybody kind of deserves what they have coming to them. It's not like anybody is in the right besides, I mean, I guess the main hero who's sacrificing, himself to go and find a weapon that he might not even be able to obtain throughout all these challenges if any of these tribes deem him unworthy. So, very, very interesting stuff. I hope y'all are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I sorry if I overanalyze stuff, but I kind of been told that's what you guys like me for. I look into stuff that I really enjoy, and that's why I get to talk the way I talk every day. I don't worry about the stuff that you hate, because unless the stuff that you hate does something that's great and brings you into it to talk good and negative about it, so you have two breaking points, it's not worth it in my opinion. So if there is a show I talk negative of, it's because it had potential in my eyes and I still see it and I'm watching it, but I'm going to be honest and tell you why I didn't like it. So King's Raid felt very, very slow up to this point, and it still feels kind of slow, but at the same time, it's not left us out of the loop nearly as much as other shows, which also makes me feel like we're going to get a definitive ending and maybe not a second season. So, with all that being said, take care and peace.